How could Amazon possibly fit into the picture of a Colorado going to the Big 12? And how would that impact media deals? We'll pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Coos. Welcome into another edition of Coos' Corner. Obviously, as you can see today, it's the car version. Pull up that chair and let me serve you up this shot of top-shelf college football content. On tap in today's episode, we are once again talking Pac-12 media deal. We are talking conference realignment. As I was driving up the highway today, I had an epiphany. My good friend Outlaw of College Football would say the college football gods have spoken. But I like to think of it as my friend, our friend, the late, great Golden Blue Dude is speaking to me from the heavens because you are about to enter the speculation zone. All right, baby, here we go. Let's speculate a little bit. What if? Well, first of all, let me start out by saying this. I was listening to the Andrew Marchand and John Ourand sports media podcast this morning as I'm traveling. And they were talking about the Pac-12 and how they could potentially be in a bad spot. And one of the things Andrew Marchand mentioned was that he's hearing that Amazon is now out as a potential media partner for the Pac-12. So it got me thinking. With all the smoke surrounding Colorado possibly meeting with the Big 12 this week or this past weekend, but that being said, if that's true, and if Amazon is out on the Pac-12, if Amazon, the rumors have been, the reports have been that Amazon wanted one game a week. They wanted a Friday night game every week with the Pac. And they weren't able to work that out. Well, what if the Big 12 says, okay, Amazon, we've got our deal with ESPN and Fox, right? But we've all heard that as part of the deal, if Fox isn't willing to step up and pay extra pro rata money for a Power 5 edition, that they could go out and find a third party to do so. And ESPN has already stated they would be willing to pay pro rata money if the Big 12 added a Pac-12 a Pac-12 school or any Power 5 school for that matter. What if Amazon is that third party? What if Brett Yormark goes to Amazon and says, hey, if we go out and grab, or if we are able to add Colorado to the Big 12, would you be interested in becoming a third party and adding one game a week on Friday night for us? And Amazon goes, wait a minute. You mean I can get Coach Prime in Colorado potentially on a Friday night? Who wouldn't want that deal? Look, we all know how valuable they consider. Look at this. Think about this. ESPN aired Colorado's spring game on their channel, guys. It's a spring game. They don't normally air a lot of spring games. They don't air. I think it was the only one they aired, is my understanding. That's how valuable they see Coach Prime being at Colorado. So you can't tell me these media companies don't find that valuable. Now, we know that they're not going to probably make long-term deals based on that. But what if Amazon says, okay, we will chip in and add, let's just throw out a number, $100 million a year for, 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is. If you add Colorado, we get one Friday night game a week in prime time. And let's just say, but we want Colorado to be that game at least, 2-3 times a year. Whatever the number is, they can come up with a number. And then ESPN also thinks, wait a minute, we can get a Colorado game. We can get, 4, 5, 6 Colorado games a year on the ESPN platform. I haven't done the math to know what the exact number of games would be, but ESPN would get a few Colorado games every year with Coach Prime potentially. Amazon could get one Friday night game a week, and at least a few of those, or a handful of those, could be with Colorado and Coach Prime. I don't think that's out of the question, folks. You had $100 million of this media deal. Divide that by 14 teams, assuming Arizona comes along with Colorado, because you'd like to think they probably are going to add more than one team. And we've also heard rumblings that Colorado, or that Arizona rather, would be another team possibly interested in jumping. If Arizona and Colorado join the Big 12, Amazon chips in an additional $100 million a year. That's an additional $7.1 million per team per year on that media deal, in addition to what they're getting. And who knows, maybe Fox decides they want to up the ante and chip in a little more money to get a little piece of the pie. And now I understand that Coach Prime, you can't make long-term media deals based on a coach because the coach may not be there for a long time. I get that. But if they feel confident that Coach Prime is going to be around at Colorado for a while, maybe Colorado's administration and leadership convinces them of that, and they buy in, and they figure it's worth the risk. Even if Coach Prime leaves after a couple years, we still get him for 1 year, and then we still get these additional games. Even after he's gone, we get these additional games, and we get the Arizona and Colorado markets. We get more teams in the Mountain Time Zone, and heck, Arizona's even my understanding, Arizona's even in the Pacific Time Zone during football season. So you get the 4th time zone that Brett Yormark wants. You get 2 additional teams in the Mountain and or Pacific Time Zones, so you get more teams that can play late at night. That's more late night inventory for ESPN, so it fits their need of having a game late at night. You potentially get Amazon in the deal to chip in extra money. It puts the Big 12 clearly in the position as the 3rd best conference as far as TV revenue. I don't think it's out of the question. I don't think that is far-fetched at all to think of something like that happening. And Brett Yormark is the type of guy that would think outside of the box enough to potentially make something like that happen. And if, the rumors we're hearing about the Pac-12 are true and that they're not going to be able to hit that $31.7 million number of the Big 12, or they're going to be mostly streaming and not get the exposure these teams want, I don't think it's far-fetched to think Colorado and Arizona leave. I don't think it's far-fetched to think Amazon becomes part of the deal, and I don't think it's far-fetched to think the Big 12 moves even further. I mean, you could say they're the 3rd best conference today, but if they would get a deal like this, I think it clearly puts them in that 3rd position as the most stable and even 3rd best when it comes to TV revenue. So I want to hear what you guys think. Is this just too far out in left field to imagine, or do you think it's actually feasible for something like this to happen? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Guys, there's a lot of ways you can support me here on this channel. 4 free ways: like, share, comment, subscribe. There's ways you can support me financially if you want to chip in some money and help me grow this thing. You can go check out my friends over at Blue Ridge Coffee Crafters. There's a link in the description box, and at checkout, type Couzes in the comments. COUZ'. Let them know you found out about it right here. Their coffee is absolutely delicious. Just had me a cup this morning. Also, you can join my channel, become a member, take advantage of the perks that has to offer. You can hit the one-time heart thanks button below, make a one-time donation. You can check out the other links in my description box. There's other ways to support me there as well. With all that being said, I really appreciate you tuning into this episode. And until the next one, Q Country Roads.
West Virginia, proud to mama, protecting all.